Hey guys, so today we are going to be looking at comments on my video. If you have not watched it, it's basically my experience of going to the Lights Out tour. It got over 29,000 views, which is a lot of views and a lot of people watching my video. And since there's that many views, there are a lot of comments asking me about the tour. So I'm gonna give you guys a rundown and like how the tickets work and like all of that stuff. Just because I get a lot of questions and like you guys DM me all the time asking me, and I know the tour is not going on right now. But I don't know for a fact, but like they're probably gonna go on tour again, so I just thought I'd give you guys a rundown of how it went and like basically how it works, I guess. But if you do like this video, do not forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you are new, because that'd be great. I'm gonna tell you guys a rundown, then I'm gonna answer you guys' questions that you guys have on the video. I did answer them, but I just thought I'd put in a video because I do get a lot of the same questions all the time, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put it all in one video, and I hope this is helpful, and I hope it helps them. So the Lights Out tour is a social media meet and greet tour. It's nothing like performance-wise, it's just purely meet and greet. There is a show that they put on, but it's not really a show, it's just them dancing and music and things like that. I'm only going to be talking about phase 1 in this video because that's the phase of the tour that I went to. I went to their second tour stop ever. This is their first tour. The tour stop phase 1 dates consisted of June 19th Phoenix, June 21st San Diego, June 22nd Costa Mesa, June 23rd San Jose, June 26th Portland, and June 28th Seattle. I went to the San Diego show because that's my hometown. Fallon lives there, so we just went together and it was just more convenient for me to go. And phase 1 consisted of announced people that were already that were going on the entire tour, and then it also consisted of people who were unannounced, who they just brought on the first phase for fun. So while I read the people who I met at the show, some are unannounced and some were announced, if that makes any sense. Like some were on the website as, oh, they're the face of this like first phase. Peyton Moormeyer, he was announced. Chase Hudson, he was announced. Chase Keith, he was announced as well. Jaden Hostler, he was not announced, he came on the tour for the first phase of tour. Griffin Johnson, he was unannounced, he came as well. Josh Richards was unannounced. Sam Hurley was announced, he came. Kevin Perry, Jackson Felt, Joseph, I don't know his last name, but Joseph wasn't announced, but he was super sweet. Christopher Romero, Anthony Reeves, and Michael. I don't know Michael's last name, I honestly forgot. But those were all the people that I met for the San Diego show and phase 1 of tour. Then the other people that were that went with them, obviously their manager Trent, Donovan, who was their videographer for the first phase of tours, Hootie Hurley, which is Sam's older brother, which was the guy who kind of, I'm not gonna say ran the event, but one of the main people who ran the event. And then Sam's mom was on the first phase as well. Amount of tickets, because there were some people who were saying that tickets were $70 and that were confused about date night, because date night is a very confusing ticket and I didn't understand it until after the event happened, until I asked people that went. So they had 4 different types of tickets. Now the first ticket is just a regular VIP ticket. It was $60, but with tax it was $65, which with each ticket it'll tell you what time you get in and all that stuff. But for mine, regular VIP was $60/65 with tax. You got admission to the venue, you got the meet and greet, and it was from 12:30 to 3 p.m. Then there was the early admission ticket. It was $80 but $85 with tax, and then you got admission to the venue, you got early admission to the venue, which you got an extra 30 minutes. And then you got the meet and greet, and it was from 12 to 3 p.m. so you basically got in before anybody else did. Date night was $100, but with tax it was $105. It did not include meet and greet, and I'll get into that in a second. You got dinner with your preferred influencer. It took place after the event, and you obviously went to a restaurant as well. And then there was a parent ticket, which, if you guys don't know, a parent ticket is basically a ticket where your parent can buy and just accompany you through the event. They could take your pictures and stuff, and that was $30, but $35 with tax. So with date night, since it doesn't include meet and greet because it is a whole package to eat dinner with one influencer itself, if you want to go through the meet and greet line but still have date night, you must get the date night ticket. And then with that date night ticket, within the same purchase, you have to get either an early admission ticket or a regular VIP ticket. So in total, your ticket would probably be $165, maybe $185, something like that, something around that, depending on if you get early admission or regular VIP with it. And then here's the whole rundown of how the event went. I'm going off of what my show and the phase that I went to, because I don't know anything about phase 2. I don't live on the East Coast, so I can't tell you how that phase went, but here's how the rundown is when I went. So there's one line when it's time for people to start. There's only one line. So if you have date night, if you have early admission, if regular VIP, you're all in one line, which does kind of suck, and I wish they had separate lines for each ticket because it'd be way easier to get people in. But this is their first tour, so they're still working out like the kinks and stuff that go along with it. So it's one line. Early admission gets called in. I get checked in. They get their wristbands, and then after their 30 minutes are up for like them getting like whatever pictures or whatever videos they want. Regular VIP gets called in, and then the actual meet and greet starts, because right after regular VIP gets called in, that's when basically majority of people get called in. Regular VIP gets called in, they get checked in, they get their wristbands, and then the meet and greet starts. So they're all in the line. I don't remember the lineup of my show, but they're all in a line. Let's just say that. And then once you go through the line of meeting every single one of the influencers, because I know phase one only had guys and the phase two had some girls in it, but once you go through your meet and greet line with whatever influencers you're meeting, after you go through the line and you get all your pictures or whatever with influencers, you go straight to the meet and greet. Not the meet and greet. You go straight to the merch booth, or like the merch section, and you don't have to buy merch, but if you do have money and you did plan on getting merch, then you go to that section right after the meet and greet. So there's t-shirts, hoodies, posters, and I think there's Sharpies that you can buy if you didn't buy one. So t-shirts are $35, hoodies are $55. I had posters too, and posters were $15, and then like Sharpies were gonna be like $8 if you didn't get one. And then after you get your merch, you walk around to the back or like the side of the room and just wait until everybody else has gone through the meet and greet line. And then right after the meet and greet line is over, there was kind of like this like show. I'm not gonna say like it was a show, it was just them like singing, dancing, like they took some like videos. Like I have the whole experience. Again, I'm gonna link that in the I button if you want to watch the entire thing, like the rundown of like how my day went. There was like a mini show, we all just jammed to Justin Bieber, took Snapchats. Like it was I had a great time. Like me and Fallon were jamming, like we were chilling. There wasn't a stage in the venue that we were at, so they were just kind of dancing around the room, I guess. Sam kind of sang, didn't get that on video, but he was great. The show kind of took place in between the meet and greet, so they kind of cut off people like taking pictures, did their mini show, and then continued. And then after everybody finished taking their meet and greet pictures, it was free time. I don't like to call it free time because it's weird, like you say that when you're in kindergarten, but right after like the meet and greet finished and like the show was over, basically each influencer went off into their own like room, like section of the room, and you could walk up to said influencer, get a Snapchat, like do poses, do run and jumps, make a TikTok, like get videos for your friends, or etc. Basically that lasted until the end of the show, to the end of like the event. That was the end of the event for the early admission VIP and regular VIP. So after like the meet and greet was over, I'm not really like one to ask about date night because I never got date night. Like I didn't feel like it would have been worth it, in my opinion, just because you're not the only one eating with that person. Like there's multiple girls sitting with you, so I just didn't feel like it was worth it. But after early admission VIP and regular VIP leave, it's date night. So after they leave, all the people that got date night, I'm pretty sure you're told of what restaurant to go to. You have to have your guardian or parent drive you, whoever took you. You have to have somebody drive you to the restaurant that you were told. They don't tell you the restaurant until the day of the show, like until it's time for date night, just because they like to keep it a secret as a surprise. So yeah, then you are sitting with the influencer you bought the date night for. Now, when you're purchasing date night, I totally forgot to include this, but when you're purchasing date night, it'll give you an option of what influencer you want to have dinner with, and they will like check you with, they will check your ticket and things like that to make sure you're sitting with the right person or whatever. But after dinner, I feel like the date night lasts about maybe an hour. I could be totally wrong. I could be off. I don't know. You should find somebody that actually got date night to ask them about date night, because I'm not the one to ask because I don't know anything about it. But I want to say lasts 30 minutes to an hour, and then after the date night is over, you say goodbye, you take your last pictures with whoever you want, and then you leave, and that's the end of the day. That's the end of the event. That's the end of the event for the date night purchasers. I'm not going to say it was organized the best, but it was organized to the point where I didn't feel like I wasn't like getting what I went there for, if that makes any sense. Like it wasn't that organized, but it wasn't unorganized. I'm gonna answer some questions that you guys are always asking me. I get a lot of DMs. I'm not gonna say a lot, but like I get multiple DMs about people asking me like how it is and like if it's worth it and things like that. So I have questions on my phone that you guys commented on my video. So we're gonna answer. This is not related to the tour at all, but people are asking me how tall I am because I'm literally shorter than every person there. I'm like 5'2", 5'3". I don't think I'm 5'4", but I'm like 5'2", 5'3". I'm small. Don't attack me, but that's how tall I am, if you're wondering.
Hi, it's like 7 a.m. and I'm editing this video, but I just wanted to say, I'm not 5'5". I filmed this before I moved and before I figured out how tall I was, so I'm 5'5". That's how tall I am. I can't confirm that I was 5'5" when I met them, but right now I'm 5'5", so there's my height.
Now this girl asked, she said, do you have to hug everyone? Yes, when you purchase a VIP ticket, you're purchasing it to hug everybody in the line. And you can't skip somebody, nobody's gonna force you to hug them, but I just think you should. Like, you don't have to, like, you're not forced to, but I mean, they're in the line, so might as well. Somebody else asked, do you have to pay extra to meet them and hug them? No. Early admission and VIP are tickets that when you purchase, that's a meet and greet, so you're meeting them with regardless. Somebody else asked who takes the pictures, because I do get a lot of questions about that, like who took my pictures and videos. Now, when we were there was nobody like set to take the pictures and videos, so if you had nobody to take your pictures and videos, you would most likely have to take a selfie, which I know a lot of people don't like selfies, they like full body pictures, which is why I do recommend going with a friend or with the guardian so they can take your pictures and videos. I went with Fallon, and it was just me and Fallon. We did make a few friends there, but our initial plan was for me to record Fallon like with Kevin, take her pictures, and then vice versa. We would switch. She would take my video with Kevin and my pictures, and then we would move on to the next person. That way, we're both getting our videos at the same time, and it's not too complicated. I'm just saying. So if you do end up going to a lights out event, they don't really have anybody taking the pictures for you. So I recommend making a friend there. If you do go by yourself, bringing a parent or go with a friend, just so you have somebody that's set on taking your pictures and stuff, so you're not taking selfies. Alyssa asked, she said, about how long did you get to be with each person? Now, honestly, I don't know. Like, if I'm being completely honest, they didn't time us. There wasn't any security pushing us to hurry up. Like, you could take as much time as you want, which did kind of initially suck in the end because a lot of people kept going back in line and taking up more time. So they did have to push our event back 30 minutes just so we can have free time to make our TikToks. But I didn't spend that much time with each of them in the meet and greet line just because I knew there were people behind me and I was considerate of other people's like videos and things like that. So I mean, with each person, I got a good like few minutes talking to them, and so did Fallon because we were together. So we got a good few minutes talking to each person. So it wasn't like a rushed meet and greet line, which in a way is a good thing, but in a way is a bad thing. Natalie asked, how long did you think the meet and greet lasted from start to finish? The meet and greet took up, like, once it started, that was the entire thing, except for maybe like that 30-40 minutes that we took out of like the whole meet and greet to do the show. So the whole thing is a meet and greet except for that like 30 minutes. So I mean, the whole event was like 3 hours, so 2.5 hours was the meet and greet, I guess you could say. When you buy your tickets, do they mail it to you or is it in your email? Now, this is a very specific thing that I wanted to cover because a lot of people were asking me how to get their like email. Once you purchase your ticket, like when you're purchasing your ticket, they will send you, well, they're not going to send it to you. It'll redirect you to another page. And there's two options. You can text your ticket to yourself or you can email it. I would definitely recommend to click the email option, type in the email you want it to email to, and once you receive that email, you're going to get a confirmation like for the registration. It'll have two options. It'll say view ticket or add to Apple Wallet. Click view ticket, and then you can print your ticket from there. But I would just say to have it in your email just in case, or you can add it to your Apple Wallet and just do it that way because I saw people doing it at the show and it scanned perfectly fine. But just have it on your phones. That's why I said email it to yourself so you can print it from your phone. Or if you want to print it right from your laptop, you can do that too. I printed my ticket. Do you have any tips? Tips are going to the tour. Definitely go with a friend or a parent so they can take your videos and pictures because there's nobody like official there that's going to take them for you. You can ask somebody else there to take your pictures and videos, but some girls are kind of rude. But the show I went to, there were a lot of nice people, so I didn't have any issues with that. But yeah, bring a friend. Bring water. I didn't bring water, but it was kind of hot in the room. I wasn't dehydrated or anything, but I didn't really need it, so I wasn't really like gonna die, but I would definitely say bring water if the venue allows it. But besides that, like, really, there's nothing else that I like recommend. She also asked, can you ask them to make a TikTok with just them? Yes, you don't have to make TikTok with everybody in a video. Like, you can make a TikTok with one person, 2 people, 3 people. Just don't be afraid to ask. That's another tip. Like, don't be afraid to ask them to do something, like, because they're most likely gonna say yes, unless it's like maybe a stage kiss. But yeah. Also, did you see any parents there? Because it says that you have to purchase a parent ticket too. No, there was only a few parents there for like kids that were younger, but you're not required to buy a parent ticket. I'm pretty sure if you're over the age of 13, you can get in by yourself. So you're not required to get one if you don't want to bring your parent with you. You're only required to get one if you want your parent to come with you. So, asked, are you allowed to bring your own sweatshirt in for them to sign? Yes, you are. There was a girl in line who was wearing a white like zip up hoodie, and she was gonna have everybody sign it. So if you don't want to buy their merch, you could bring something in like a backpack and have them sign it for you. You don't have to buy their merch. Yes, those were all of the questions and the whole rundown on the tour. I hope this was interesting. I hope this helped somebody out, like learn more about Lights Out and like the event. I hope you liked this video. I don't know how to end this. If you do want to watch my experience video about Lights Out because I had a great time, it'll be linked in the I button and in the description box because that's great. Subscribe if you're new, like this video if you like it, and I will see you guys next week for a brand new video. And yeah, bye.